Hey babe, today I'm going to share with you 2 life-changing quotes that truly made my college experience what it was, which was incredibly successful. I took 24 credits a semester and I crushed college, right? So that I could get on with my life and my dreams and my aspirations. And these 2 quotes got me through it, and they still get me through every and all my hard days today. So I want to share those with you so that you can use that motivation to fuel you and your success. So college was a really unique time in my life that I was just on fire. And I still feel like I'm on fire, but it was a different kind of fire of go, 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 go. And there's times to push and there's times to slow. And I was taking 24 credits a semester, but it was successful for me. I graduated 2 years early. I was able to land my amazing job, just corporate big girl job right out of college. I was able to buy my first rental property. I was just going, and it so blessed my life and my marriage that I could be done with school before I even got married to support my hubby through school, which has been a long journey. But here we are, and I'm so grateful for that motivation. And I was thinking about what helped me through those incredibly long and hard days, and what would help out a teenager and young adult that feels like you're just pushing. Because let's be honest, this decade of decision that I talk about from 15 to 25 or a little bit beyond, a little bit before, man, you are hustling, you are pushing, and it is go, go, go. First of all, is get good grades, and then it's take the SAT or the ACT, get into college, pass college, get a job, get married, all blah, 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 all the things, right? So I wanted to offer you these 2 quotes that truly changed my life, and I hope that you will take them for what they are and just internalize them and let them change your life. And the first is this. The first is by Zig Ziglar, and it says, "The harder you are on yourself, the more infinitely easier life will be on you." This was my motto in college. It was the reason that I got up at 4 a.m., went to campus, was there till 5 p.m. to take 24 credits a semester, because I was being hard on myself. Now, when I coach teens, one thing that I'm doing as a coach is I'm assessing whether we need to be my job is to push you and to motivate you, or my job is to pull you back and ground you in grace and who you are, right? Because there are seasons and times of our life for both, and I believe in balance. And at this time of my life, it was a little bit less grace and a little bit more go. And if you feel like that's where you are right now, please, 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 I promise you, I bear my testimony of this quote. It works. The harder you are on yourself right now, the infinitely easier life will be on you. So what does that mean as a teenager? It means that all that effort that you're putting in to get good grades really is going to pay off in the end. I know it feels like it's not. It really is. All that effort that you're putting in to be a kind, good person, it really is going to pay off for you 100-fold, okay? More than just this quote, I think the reason that this works is because not only is it karma, but it plays into what I believe about God. That if we do our best, and if we keep trying, and if we keep swinging, right? We might feel like we're just missing out and striking, but if we keep swinging and we keep trying and we keep getting a little bit better every single day, God will magnify our efforts. And that is what I found to be so true for my life. I promise you that had I not been so incredibly hard on myself in college, that I graduated magna cum laude, I applied for scholarships, I was taking 24 credits this semester, I graduated early, I would not, 1, have landed my job, which 2, led to my first home purchase, and then 3, be able to work and support my family as my husband went off to school. And it just blessed our life so tremendously. Now, could I have made it through that same time period and figured out a way? Absolutely, because I believe in the goodness of God. But it would have been a lot harder, right? But because I paid the price now, it paid huge dividends for me. That quote alone will take you so far. And then when you're ready, pair it with this second quote, which is by Jim Rohn, which is one that I live by right now. This is one that I cling to. And that's this. It says, life is a numbers game. So simple, so straightforward that you might miss it, okay? Life is a numbers game. I will raise my hand and let you know I get overwhelmed and anxious and sad often, like all the time, okay? I don't know if I'd say all the time, but I go through like cycles where I go really high and really low. And I feel like that's how life is. And so if you as a teen, and I was more up and down as a teenager than I am as an adult, because I've learned some tools, I've worked on coaching, I've changed my mindset. I feel like I'm in a better place than I've ever been before. And I still have downs. I still have weeks where I am just sad about my videos, that they don't get more views, or that I'm not as far in life as I should be, right? And I have to coach myself and rewatch some of these things and learn what I already know. But as a teen, I feel like that's especially true. And so what I want to remind you is that life is a numbers game, okay? And that we just keep trying and we just keep going. And so here's some examples of how life can be a numbers game for you. Let's pretend you're really struggling to get the grades that you want, and you're like, okay, I need to do this. You sit down and you figure out the numbers that you need to get an A. And you say, okay, listen, I've got to do this much in extra credit. I've got to go take this test. I got to go talk to my teacher, and I got to go do this, right? It's a numbers game. A lot of times I hear teens, they'll say things like this to me. They'll be like, I just don't know. It's not in my ability to do this. This teacher hates me, so I will never get an A, or I just can't find a good guy to date, right? I'm sure these are some thoughts that you've had. I get them all the time from teens. And what I want to remind you is that life is a numbers game. So yeah, you're going to date some jerks, but I promise you that if you just start dating and dating and dating, let's go for 20 guys. Let's go on dates with 20 guys. There is going to be one guy in those 20 guys that's a nice guy. He might not be your guy or the guy that you want to date or pursue or even hang out with more, but I promise you that those 20 dates got you closer to the right date for you, okay? And I know that because life is a numbers game. It's not magic. It's not some secret formulas that only the few and select know. It is a numbers game. So if you will show up every time, if you will keep practicing, if you will figure out what do I actually need to do step by step to make this work for me, and if you keep going, life is going to be in your favor because life is a numbers game. Okay? So maybe you got to figure out your grades. Maybe you got to keep dating guys until you find the right one for you. Or maybe you've got to keep applying for jobs until it happens for you, right? Or figure out these numbers that you need to buy your dream car. But life is a numbers game. And so let's throw away the excuse that there's some secret out there in the universe that we don't know to be successful at life. It's not. It's called work and putting in the effort. And until we put in all that effort of the numbers, you're just going to keep spinning your wheels. This is kind of how I like to think about it. I feel like in life, there's opportunities out there for every single person. And teens all the time will tell me, well, I want to be an Olympic athlete. And I'll be like, well, sweet. Are you putting in the hours necessary to do that? Right? Because being an Olympic athlete, it's a numbers game. It's so much time on the track. It's so many coaches. It's the best equipment. It's all the things, right? It's all the training. And so I don't want to diminish their ability, but they at one point were just like us, right? Just like normal human beings who decided, I want to be an expert in that thing. And guess what it took? It just took them figuring out the numbers of, okay, this is how long I got to practice. This is how fast I got to be. This is how tall I got to jump. This is how much weight I got to lift. How am I going to get there? So I want to throw out that excuse for you that life, there's some secret formula that if you just knew it, you would figure this out. Or if the wonderful fairies of the universe would just sprinkle dust on you, you'd be able to do this. Life is a numbers game. Okay, a little bit more philosophy for you today, but I hope that this little mini coaching session gave you some motivation, gave you just some ideas of what you could do to be harder on yourself so that life can be easier for you in the future, and how can you add up those numbers in your favor. I promise you that these have been life-changing for me, and I know that they'll be life-changing for you, especially when you're in your teen and young adulthood years, because there's so many opportunities that you are setting up for your future self. So make your future self proud, live by these two quotes, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video, babe. So, Abbi J out.